know what's the front line with Joe and Joe. Once again, let us go into the breach. Jagmeet gets outed. A reporter laughs in his face at his absurdity. Play the clip.
Possibly continue to support the government if they do not agree with your motion. You just said he would have put the country's interests behind his own. How can you continue to support him then?
Well, let's look at that. We've got an agreement where there's 27 things that this government has to do to help Canadians. If we move away from that agreement, we're going to let the Liberals off the hook.
So let's break this down. Jagmeet continues to support the Prime Minister despite Jagmeet's own admission that Trudeau is placing his own interests before Canada. And then he tries to talk around it as the reporter identifies the absurdity, laughs in his face. He identifies that she identified the absurdity and laughed at him. And then he tries to talk around it, only making the whole situation look that much more foolish. Canada in plain sight. There's your leadership. How do you like it? Stellantis EV battery plant could cost Canada $19 billion in subsidies. This exceeds the $13 billion promised to Volkswagen. What does that mean to you? It means that $500 from every single Canadian adult and child will be given to one company. Why? Because Justin Trudeau cares about an ideology more than he cares about you, because he is fully convinced he's helping you in Canada. In the meantime, he is bankrupting the country and bankrupting you. Don't think he's going to stop for a minute. Don't think for a second this guy or his party is going to stop. He's a globalist. He represents the globalists. He doesn't represent you. He thinks he does. I think he does, sincerely. But he doesn't. And the proof's in the pudding. Look in your refrigerator. And there lies your answer. The Federal Privacy Commissioner okays all vax and quarantine mandates. Couple comments. You have a Federal Privacy Commissioner? What twisted world do you people live in? Federal Privacy Commissioner? Is he Voldemort? I mean, I'm starting to think like you're living in an alternate universe. What ridiculous job is that? Other than he is a totalitarian jackboot. How could you possibly tolerate that? I don't know what to say. Privacy Commissioner? Guys, let's take a step back here for a second. When's Mao going to reemerge on the scene? Is Pol Pot going to be your next PM? I hear he did a good job in Cambodia. The Khmer Rouge. I bet you he had a privacy commissioner. Look at Justin. Looks like he's feeling the pressure. I see a little sweat on that brow. Play the clip.
Can Canadians still have confidence in David Johnston if all other parties in the House say they don't have confidence in him?
It's understandable that the political parties want to make partisan points on this, but the fact of the matter is David Johnston has served this country in extraordinary capacities for decades. He's chosen a number of times for the most important jobs by Stephen Harper himself. He's a man who, as the report shows, has taken this incredibly seriously and gathered all the intelligence necessary. What we've highlighted is that that intelligence is available for the leaders of the opposition parties to avail themselves of, to understand what underpins the very good report that Mr. Johnston put out, and the fact that they're choosing to be able to continue to play partisan games instead of getting read into the actual facts of the matter shows that they're not taking it.
Oh, Justin. What a tangled web we weave when we practice to deceive. The Liberals of Canada react to Danielle Smith's victory. Ooh, it's a bad day for the NDP. The woke mafia got to Anthony Bass. Play the clip.
I recognized yesterday, I made a post that was hurtful to the Pride community, which includes friends of mine and close family members of mine, and I am truly sorry for that. I just spoke with my teammates and shared with them my actions yesterday. I apologized with them, and as of right now, I'm using the Blue Jays resources to better educate myself, to make better decisions moving forward. The ballpark is for everybody. We include all fans at the ballpark, and we want to welcome everybody. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
The KGB, i.e. the Progressive Party, got to Anthony, called him in the office and made him an offer he couldn't refuse. They sent in Luca Brasi. Anthony, looks like they twisted your arm. The Blue Jays pitcher Anthony Bass forced to apologize for sharing a social media post supportive of the boycotts of Target and Bud Light. Couple comments. The woke police are at it again, twisting Bass's arm. Has to capitulate to the man to keep his job. That's point one. That should be obvious. Point two, financial boycotts work. People should boycott Target and Bud Light. That's why they made him apologize. That is how you change things in Canada. That is how the West fights the globalists. You have money. You don't have a lot of money in Canada because you're getting taxed to death, but I digress, a conversation for another day. Use your money properly. Set up alternate economies. Give money to people who support your values, and those who don't. You have to organize. If you organize, you will win, because I'm going to tell you this right now. They value the bottom line more than they value the woke ideology. Right now, the woke ideology is in their favor financially. Once you make it not in their favor, i.e. through financial boycotts, they will fold. So as far as Anthony Bass, listen, we all have to make a living, but it just goes to show you the woke police, they're out there. They are absolutely in the face of the average man. They mean business. You have to mean business. Stop feeding the fire. Stop giving them money. Financial boycotts work. Former CBC reporter says the outlet suppressed negative stories about COVID shots and lockdowns. Shocking. Imagine that. 69% of the state-funded media is lying. Are you surprised? Or is this just propaganda? Maybe I'm just a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. You decide. Maxime Bernier mocks Trudeau's gender equality minister over a pansexual visibility day tweet. Couple comments. One, I want you to look at this picture. Maxime, lose that shirt. Lose it. Never, ever, ever wear that shirt again. That's coming from a friend. Point one. Point two, what the hell is a pansexual? I say that with honesty. What is that? I'll be honest with you. We are in the twilight zone. The twilight zone. And Maxine's shirt is in the twilight zone too. Just throwing that out there. Joe Russell with the front line with Joe and Joe. Once again, let us go into the breach. Let's go to Quebec, Canada. This is what some people want to mainstream. Play the clip. Did you notice in that clip, the little kid, they kind of faded out his face so you couldn't see who it actually is. Do you see this guy? He's completely naked. Are you cool with that? This is what is normal. And if you criticize this as a parent, you're abnormal. Is this where we're at? Listen, if adults make choices to destroy themselves, I wish you wouldn't, but we're all free. However, children should not be subjected to that. And if you do subject them to that, frankly, you should be locked up. Back in the day, that's how it worked. Not too long ago. Now we're listening to people, frankly, who've lost their minds. Oh, you're being judgmental. Take another look at that clip. Am I being judgmental? You decide. Canada begins the largest evacuation in its history. This is the city of Halifax. Play the clip. Halifax has a population of 500,000 people, and they declared a state of emergency. I got news for you, Canada. This looks like the apocalypse. Not for nothing, it probably isn't, but it looks like it. You should have declared a state of emergency 8 years ago when you elected Justin Trudeau. These wildfires are nothing compared to the fire that he caused. Just saying, maybe you want to evacuate as a result of that.
Hey guys, stay up to date with all of our content at Locals. We post videos and updates not found on this platform. Thank you for your support.